Ba-bam.
Perfect. Okay. Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Kristall. This is my partner, Shine. Together, we are UNITE's co-founders, and you are tuning into our Speed Healing online info night, where we're going to get into all the juiciness about what is speed healing, what can you do with it, what are we doing with it, and what's the future of speed healing. So that's what you're tuned in for, just so you know. We're going to start with I'm just going to do a quick breakdown on what the speed healing is. Then we're going to get into Glow is going to do a lovely meditation for us to help us get grounded and focused and just drop into this call. And then we're going to do a little round robin about who's on the call and what you're excited about, whether you know what speed healing is, whether you've been a speed healer before. So we can just get a sense of who's on the call, and then we're going to drop in more with where we're going with the speed healing online, and
maybe a little brainstorming of how we can support everyone if there's time at the end too.
Exactly. So super fun. Stay tuned, and that's the agenda, so you know what's up. Like I said, there's a couple new people on the call, so we are recording this call. There will be a recording available for everyone to listen back to, and if you have questions but you don't want to be on video, just pop them in the chat there for us. So without further ado, welcome. And lots of you, I think, are new on the call, which is really fun, new to our community. So a little background, Shine and I have been hosting wellness events in Vancouver for 9 years, 8.5 years, almost 9 years. We just had our 9-year anniversary last week. So we've been together 9 years and hosting events from the very beginning, basically. And we've done how many events?
143 now.
143 events with many, many attendees.
Yeah. Well, not counting all the online ones, probably over 200.
Yeah, not counting the online ones, with tons of attendees from events from 10 people to 400 people. We've done harbor cruises, Science World, planetarium domes. So yeah, we've had a lot of fun. And one of the things that was so important for us is we always make collaborative events. We're always mixing modalities, bringing different artists, musicians, healers, and always wanting to support our local businesses, wellness practitioners. So we would always have vendors come in. And what we found is we would be doing these events and we'd have, a vendor market, and the vendors would be selling like a massage, and they would have like half-hour sessions for $80, or, an hour session for $120 or whatever, fair prices, but still what we found was the vendors were not getting a lot of success at our events. They weren't doing a lot of sales, the healers. And what we found when we talked to the practitioner or the participants is they really didn't want to come to an event and spend half an hour, 45 minutes face down on a table. As wonderful as the healing is, they wanted to be interacting, connecting, checking stuff out. And if you're spending $100 with this vendor and $100 with this vendor and $50 here, very quickly, it's a very expensive event for you. And we were really thinking, how can we create something where these healers are getting seen, they're getting new clients, people get to try them out, get to check them out, and everyone's happy. Where's the win-win? And we came up with speed healing. And basically, like if you read the little event description, it's like speed dating with healers. So we came up with structuring it into, mostly we find 3 hours is a really nice chunk of time where you can go deep, but not too deep. So we would do 3 hours chunks of time, segment them into 10 minutes. We found that was a really great length for a session where you can quickly get in, get some work done. 5 minutes was too short. 15 minutes, we found people were getting a little too expansive, too deep, too kind of, and then it's like, oh, and now the 15 minutes is up and you kind of leave people hanging. So we found 10 minutes was a really great happy medium. And I learned after the first few that I had to give all the healers 5 minutes in between to transition and finish up, because the first one we had back to back, and everyone was late for their next sessions. And so that's our structure. So the healers do 12 sessions back to back, and sometimes I'll work in a break in the middle there. And the feedback we got was huge. The success was amazing. We have been doing speed healing now, COVID events, so over 2 years. And what are the stats for how many practitioners we've had now? 300 and over
I'll
3 years.
those.
Shine will
check
grab the
those.
stats. We've prototyped this a lot. We've had a lot of practitioners, a lot of healers. We've had everything from, of course, the basic type of healing like massage, Reiki, energy healing, not basic, but the ones that we all know, lots of card reading, but we actually found a lot of coaches did really well. A lot of therapists come in down and offer in a Shine, you've got the stats for me.
Over 420 practitioners over the years, over 5,000 sessions, and consistently sold out. The last one we did had 30 practitioners with 230 attendees, and they were all sold out in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So anyone who came later than 5 minutes had no session. So it was really popular, and we've tracked at least 125,000 in follow-up sessions that people have told us, oh, they booked this $5,000 coaching package, or they bought my thing, and so it's been really, really successful for everyone. And when we paused the events a little bit to work on the app over in August, we had many people be like, what? This is like such a big part of how I get clients. Like, we need your events back. So we're relaunching, but yeah, it's really successful, really, really helpful.
So a couple of the things that we really found, the participants loved the ability to try things they would never try, and in a really safe environment. So these are it's a big open room. You're not going into someone's basement or someone's office with a closed door. So it feels like a really safe, open space. And they're getting to just really follow their own intuition. You don't have to go like left to right, like speed dating, and you just do kind of the same order. So you go with who resonates with you. And we found that the participants feel like they're kind of getting a choose your own adventure experience, where they're getting to try a bit of this, and then that leads into that, and then that goes deep in that, and then they open that, and then they do some work with it. And it just becomes this whole like amazing healing journey for them with a multi-practitioner offerings. And even though none of the practitioners are actually working together to support each other, and the practitioners found that for them it created such a wonderful way to just get to, oh, I like that better, thank you. Such a wonderful way to just get to drop in and learn how to be quick and focused, and really drop into their modality. And actually at that point, I'm going to invite my mom, Kaisa, to come on, because she was a speed healer from almost day one with us. And she was a bit of a skeptic at first. She's a registered therapeutic counselor, and she was like, well, I do 1 hour sessions in my room, in my home, on my Zoom, or with clients face to face. How on earth can I do something in a big group setting with 10 minutes? This sounds crazy. And I'm like, Mom, just come try it out. So I'd love for you guys just to hear quickly from my mom, her experience with speed healing. So welcome, Kaisa.
Hello. I was very skeptical. It didn't feel even professional. And I found, because Kristall and Shine create this environment that's very safe, and everybody is already in the zone. They're already open. They're already in that zone. So I didn't have to do that. So in fact, we just sort of, you just go in, and there you are, and 10 minutes you get deep. So it really worked, and I found I became a better therapist as well. So we really get to hone our skills, and the energy is good in the room, and everybody's tuned in. It's good for everybody. It's win-win for us practitioners. It's a win for and everybody's having fun. It's playful, and it's serious too. And everybody's going into emotional places, and we're connected, and it's community, and there's also a sound bath going on at the same time, which I'm getting emotional. It's good. Okay.
Thanks, Mom. Yeah, we always have a sound bath in the background, which creates a lovely kind of holding the space and holding the container and softening the sound, so you're not kind of overhearing conversations. It creates a nice ambience. And what I've seen from a lot of healers, and of course I don't sit and overhear their sessions, but as the event organizer, I'm always watching what's going on. And I loved watching people, especially I would watch mom, and people would come, and often it would be the husband of the one, the wife that kind of dragged him along, or the boyfriend or partner. And they're kind of like, they sit down and they're a little like, I don't know what I'm doing here. This is kind of weird. And I would see them sit with my mom, and she's like, okay, and they're kind of like, I don't know. And I would watch from a distance, and I would see them go from here to like leaning forward to like, then they're really like, they're in it, and they're like gesticulating, and then they're crying, and then they're laughing, and then they're hugging, and then they're like, oh, we've got to go. Okay, and here's the number, and here's the thing. And it was just so fun to see in 10 minutes to see people kind of drop in, get this really wonderful, deep connection with another human being, and have impact. And that's, I think, one of the things the healers loved as well, is seeing the confidence of what you can do in 10 minutes, and how smart you are, how powerful you are, how tuned in you are as a practitioner, that you don't need an hour, you don't need all your tools, you don't need everything in your toolbox. In 10 minutes, you can have such impact if you're tuned in, which all the healers are. So it was lovely to see the confidence grow in all our practitioners as well. Another thing that was really fun to see was a lot of people were like, oh yeah, I have all these tools, and normally in my sessions I do a lot of this, and this is just like my sidebar, warm up, whatever element. But people have been responding so well to it that I'm actually going to do way more of this in my practice. And I didn't think I was good enough to do this, or I didn't think this had value because I'm trained for this other thing. And they really got to hone and learn what they were really good at, what was exciting to them, instead of kind of having to do the full maybe package that they thought they had to present. So many elements. We'll get into that deeper as we go on the call today, but I just wanted to give you guys a taste of what is speed healing. So that is speed healing, and that is kind of our patented version of it. And there's always other vendors at our events as well. So if people aren't in healing sessions, they can be in the sound bath, they can be connecting with the vendors. So it creates this really lovely community kind of festival vibe where everyone's just getting to enjoy, drop in, connect. And then all our events would always in the evening have a dance, a breath work, some other element as well to elevate and have fun together. So that's speed healing. And like Shine said, at our last event, we were sold out so quickly, and we've been getting this feedback over the last year. The sessions are selling out so quickly and getting so popular that we were really brainstorming, what do we need to do so that we don't want to limit how many people can come. And a lot of the venues, we can only get 30 healers in there with all their tables and stuff. There's not a ton of space. So do we get a huger venue? Like, what are our options? And the speed healing online is where it's really been dropping in for us, and getting excited about the idea that once we have this element that we're offering, unless it's an actual physical hands-on massage with someone, acupuncture with someone, all the other elements, and we all learned this over COVID, can be done online. And even a lot of people say, oh, I love the face-to-face, I really need the connection. And we found over COVID, for us, it was a little bit of a funny bump because we hosted so many events, and all of a sudden we weren't allowed to do that. So we started hosting online, and we found we still could get so juiced up. We could feel each other's energy. You can still look into the other person's eyes. You can't hug them, but everything else really still very, very powerful. And the beauty with online is we're not limited by geography, by time zones. So it really opens up the scope for the community that we can support. So we got inspired to come up with creating a speed healing online app. So that's what we're building right now. Shine's going to talk more about that later, and getting the online offerings so that at our events you can do in-person speed healing, but you'll also be able now that you now you understand that we're moving it to, not moving it, but we're expanding to online. We found there is, when healers come to our events, we do lots of connection beforehand where we're onboarding them and sharing with them the value in the speed healing and what they're doing and how they can optimize it to have these sessions translate into sales, translate into whatever the next thing is that you want to engage the community with. So we're going to talk to you guys about all those steps as well as we go along. But I think now is a good time to move into our meditation. So we can, I've dumped a lot of information, a lot of fast-paced stuff on you guys. So let's move into a little meditation time, because I want the shares that are going to come next to be concise. We don't have to be like, 2 words kind of thing, but we don't want to ramble into story. What we really want to hear from you is what's present for you right now. So what inspired you to come on this call? What resonated with you? What's kind of been something that I've been struggling with this, and this feels like it might be the answer. And yeah, anything else that you feel is exciting and relevant for this group. So the meditation is going to help us ground in and focus those ideas and be present for that sharing. And then we will be able to build the rest of the evening based on what you guys bring collectively. So yeah, thanks for listening, everyone. And without further ado, Glow, darling, why don't you come and juice us up for a minute?
Hello, everyone. So grateful to be here. Hey, Shine. Hey, Kristall. We're just going to drop in for a second and ground our intentions and our energy. Just taking a moment to notice your breath, notice your heartbeat, closing your eyes. As you breathe in new prana, new chi, new life force energy, grounding this energy from the base of your spine down to the core of the earth. Pachamama Gaia. And just letting go of the past, the future, coming into the present moment, into the now. And just clearing space for the new, for your visions. Grounding this energy, feeling this energy within your heart. Connecting all of our hearts together. And just elevating this frequency and this consciousness. And just giving gratitude for everything in your life, for the earth, for all the mountains and the trees and the valleys, the ocean, the lakes, the rivers, our sacred water. And just creating space for the new insights, imagination, curiosity. Tuning in with your own heart's call, your own heart and soul purpose. Magnetizing this energy and frequency. Tuning into what you're calling in. And tuning into what you're sharing, what your gifts are. Stepping into that most embodied, activated self. Grounding your vision into the reality. Taking one more big deep breath in. So much gratitude for the space, for everyone here, for the opportunity to share and connect and unite. Namaste.
Oh, that was so beautiful. Thank you, sweetheart.
Love G.
Ah,
Here.
so helpful. Yeah, just to drop in. So helpful. Just before we get into shares, I realized I wanted to add one more thing, that just in case anyone's tuning in later for the recording, so they can have all the information up front and then they can skip through the shares if they want to. We are going to do a speed healing online event to follow this one in January. So that is, if you love what you see and you want to be a part of being a speed healer online at an event orchestrated by us, it's going to be similar to what we do in our in-person events. There will be one room like this where we're going to have sound baths, lovely meditations like this, creating this beautiful energy. And then there will be your breakout rooms where you're going to be doing your speed healing online 10-minute mini sessions. And when, you know, people in between their sessions, they'll be coming to the sound bath and middle space where we'll be. So we don't have a set date for that, because actually we want to give the opportunity to the people on this call and our first people in who sign up for the speed healing to be able to help us pick a date in January that works for you. So if you're excited about being a speed healer and joining us for a event coming up in January, please let us know, reach out to us so we can help. You can help us book the date in January. And the other thing we want to do is a special holiday gift for you guys. And thank you for tuning in and for elevating your consciousness with us and learning about what we're doing. Is we want to do a 50% off if you book within the next couple of days for the speed healing online in January. So that's exciting. And yeah, so let us know after the call. We're going to reach out with information about how you can sign up. And the first few people to sign up are going to get to help us pick the date. So we'll book it around you. And if you do sign up and the date's already set and it's not what the date you want, we always do a thing where you just get to roll your credit over into a future event, and you can let us know what dates work for you, and we'll help to plan one around you, because the beauty of doing it online is we don't need to be booking venues. So there you go. Exciting stuff. And Shine wanted to do a quick, just so you guys can get excited and see what the app is going to look like. We have our team building it right now. So sneak peek, and then we'll get into the shares.
Can everyone see?
Well, we can't see everyone if they're saying yes.
I can see.
Mom's saying yes. You guys can see.
So if you go to unite.love/products and then click on speed healing, this is sort of our MVP version. And when we launched, we tested with 2 healers, and we had 48 bookings within 48 hours, just with like an hour of organic marketing. So it was very popular right away. So you can go to this URL or just click on products and speed healing. And then basically you just click on one of the speed healing offerings, and then you click book now, and it'll take you to.
I don't know if they're seeing it. If they're.
Oh shoot! Right, hold on.
So the way, unfortunately, Meet,
I'll get it.
unlike Zoom, it doesn't
Fine.
take you as you go. So Shine's
It
just
does.
going to.
I'm
You just
gonna
got to change the setting.
Yeah.
There you go. So.
So when you click on Kristall's offering and you click book now, it takes you to Calendly, and then you can just book a time, and then everything is done right now through Calendly and whatever people use, like Zoom or whatever.
Yeah, I've got time, so come do a fun manifestation session with me.
And there's all sorts of fun things like face reading, and some of these things are not speed healing; they're just categorized wrong. Men's courageous leadership coaching, Reiki.
Yeah, so check for the free.
You want the free ones.
At the bottom.
High level 60-minute strategy session with Matthew Learning. That's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Vagus nerve strengthening.
Exactly. So you don't have to actually do a 10-minute, especially online. You can do.
Yeah, you can choose whatever you want.
For this, you can do any amount. For the structured event that we do, if you come be a healer on the event, then you'll do 10-minute sessions.
And we did a little bit of so you can mark it as therapy, coaching, readings and psychics, Akashic records, and if you have other ideas of what these are called, categories. And then just a quick Quick sneak peek at the app. We're working on this amazing app, launching early 25, maybe January, probably February. We're looking at launch, and more than happy for any feedback on this. And basically, it'll just display all the sessions. You'll be able to, within a couple clicks, book a free session, and then when you click on the actual offering, you'll be able to see more about them, what the speed healing is, and buy also paid sessions.
Yep.
And just book them right in the app, and then see testimonials and all that fun stuff. So that's all coming soon, and definitely please reach out. And we're also looking for amazing investors who are aligned with this. And so obviously it has to be friend, family, or accredited investor or business associate. So if you feel like you are a fit for potential investment, let us know, and we'll make sure, and then we can share more stuff. And that is that.
That is the sneak peek to get you guys excited about what we're doing. So I feel like we should have now had Glow do the meditation. So I'll encourage you all, now close your eyes, take a deep breath, and remember how good you felt after Glow's meditation.
Well, I want to do a quick thing. We can tune in together.
Shine will do a tune in for us.
So I just want to see everyone on the planet tuning in and awakening to their gifts, to their light, to their abundance, to their clarity, and just these lights going off all over the world of people being inspired and excited, and this global community of people supporting each other to co-create this energy and this vibration that wraps around the world and just influences people without them even knowing about it. And you see Trump being influenced and just inspired with these brilliant ideas, and people like Elon Musk receiving these ideas that are in the collective that we're all strengthening and building and bringing, and all of these beautiful initiatives are being born and thought up. And there's just so much abundance and so many people with so many beautiful ideas and resources and ways to do it. And we're seeing eco-villages popping up everywhere. And this beautiful world that we all know is possible is starting to just manifest all around us. And it's so beautiful and so magical.
Yay. Okay. Now we're all in the moment again. Focus. Thank you for the love.
Hello, G.
So now just to remind you, what we'd love to hear from you is we want to get a collective pulse for who's on the call, what inspired you to join the call, what you're offering. We don't want to get too deep into your offering right now because we're going to get more into that later, but just kind of quickly what you do, and that can kind of touch in with what inspired you to join, and what you're excited about, and then we'll go from there and dive in deeper. So who would like to share first? You can just either put your hand up or unmute yourself, or unmute yourself and put your hand up.
Jump right in.
Jump right in.
Hi, I will. It's Melanie Kernakia here.
Hey, Melanie.
Hi, Mel.
There's my camera. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm familiar with you guys, and I'm aware that you do this speed healing. And I've attended in person or your talks online before. So I'm like, I want to come again to see what you guys want to share today. So I'm considering potentially coming to an in-person event or online event. And I'm a registered holistic nutritionist, so helping people with that on the nutrition front, but also lifestyle.
Lovely. Yay. Thanks, Sweetie
Beautiful.
Pie. Thanks for sharing.
Well, I was trying to be short and sweet.
It is very short and sweet.
That's perfect.
It's lovely to see your face. Yay.
Yay.
All right. Who would like to share next?
Do it.
Go for it.
Hello, everyone. I'm Austin Jacob. What inspired me today was when I saw what I put on my calendar. It talked about all these modalities brought to one place, the speed healing, and I just had to know more. So this is my first time, and I'm quite I have a lot of gratitude and like I'm kind of proud of you guys. And synchronicities just kind of going off because I was just having a conversation with somebody about trying to explain to them what I would like to do, and what I would like to do has a lot to do with the lack of absolution, if that can make sense. So you guys have a wonderful structure, I can tell so far, of allowing that lack of absolution. In other words, you can bring together multiple modalities, multiple philosophies, conceptualizations, ideas even, and you welcome them, which is that's just wild that it just happened to work out, synchronicity. So yeah, that's what inspired me today. I don't like to post down any one title to myself right now because I branch out quite far. But I definitely am going to stick around to find out more and how I can contribute to this amazing and beautiful community of people.
Oh, thank you. That's so
nice.
sweet. I love hearing that. And I love that point that you touched on, and it's so cool that you got that from, you know, just the little bit that we wrote and shared there, because that 100% is, that's why we've called our company Unite. That's why that's our brand, is we feel like we don't need to pick one thing and this is the way. We feel like all we need to do is come together. And then from there, for every single one of us, like there's, you know, 8 billion people on the planet, there's 8 billion varieties of modalities for healing, for happiness, for abundance. And not like there's one modality for me and one modality for you, but there's like 8 billion options for me and 8 billion options for you. And we get to do a bit of this and we get to do a bit of that, and we get to find what we love and dig down and learn more or try something new. And we don't need to, we really don't need to be all or nothing. We don't need to be this or that. And I like to call our events non-denominational spirituality. So I feel like we're not saying this is the way or this is the type. We're saying our only restriction is we will not be supporting anyone who is restrictive. So anyone who is saying this is the way and you must do this way, fine, you go do your way. And we are not going to be inviting you into collaborating with us. But everyone else, anyone who's like, I want to be a piece, I want to be a part, I want to offer options, those are our people. And anyone who, for years and years, I felt a little out of step with humanity, and I felt a little bit too conservative for the alternative community and a little too alternative for the conservative community. And I always felt like,
and I just say, you are literally describing my brain. It's wild. I didn't know you guys, this was a thing. I'm such a blessing to be learning about you guys. And that oh my gosh, that's perfect. That is perfect. And I can't wait to help other people discover, hey, this is a real thing, and you don't have to choose. You don't have to think about it. Just, you know, do your journey. This is amazing. And thank you.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, exactly. That's what I came to when I met Shine and the community that he had gathered around him. I learned that I didn't need to be more spiritual or more business or more conservative or more stressed out or more, you know, to fit into these communities. My community of people are the people that care about the planet, care about humanity and each other, and understand that if we don't do us, if we don't take care of our own well-being, we are no good to anyone. So we're no good to anyone. So we learned that we've all learned through our own journey, our own trial and error, that the only path for us to actually light up the world, create the world of our dreams, support humanity, is to do our own inner work. And most of the healing I think all the healing modalities and the people who are wanting to bring these modalities, all of them have come to, this is what works for me, this is what I love, and this is what I want to juice up, light up, and share with other people. So that's our community. This is our community. This is our tribe of people that just care and want to do more. And our mission, it took me, I'm 40 now, it took me 29 years to meet this guy. No, wait, that's wrong. 31 years to meet this guy and to realize where my people were and my community was. And I felt so out of step before that. is not woo-woo, hippie, weird, spiritual, snowflake, whatever those kind of remarks are that feel a little demeaning. We're actually the leading edge in what we do. Everyone in this community, all the healers, all the practitioners, you have done the work to study and learn what it is that you are passionate about, and you are the foremost expert. You are leading the way. You are the pathfinder for that modality based on your own gifts and tools and traumas that have turned into your amazing offering. And we are the wave of the future, and we're what humanity is looking for. So our job with UNITE is to create these containers online, in person, on unite.love on our platform, and help all the healers around the world juice each other up, juice up humanity, and not feel like we're alone in this, because that sucks. So there we go. Thank you for that lovely spin-off into really, yeah, the kind of the mission behind UNITE is to gather together so we don't feel alone. And whenever one of us is down, like the flying V with the Canadian geese, they do the V, and it's not because there's an alpha in the front. It's they all take turns being on point, and they take turns getting support. And that's what we want to do, is so you don't get burnt out as healers, and you don't crash and burn or have to quit and get another job. We're here to support you and lift each other up together. So yay, love you all. Okay, and back to our regular programming. Who would like to share next? Yay,
Yeah.
Go Jennifer.
Awesome. That was beautifully said, and that really sort of already hits the nail on the head for me and what I'm looking for. I've been trying to find where I belong in this world. And it's been this path of trying to figure out what I'm doing with my life. So this has been really great to hear that that's what your mission is, because that's what I'm trying to find. So thank you for that. So yes, my name's Jen, and how I really found out about you guys was last week. I attended your How to Market Your Wellness Events workshop, and you had mentioned this session, and just little tidbits that you had dropped in that session intrigued me. I've recently been certified in breathwork and embodiment coaching, and I'm very passionate about helping people to get back into their bodies and just finding ways to manage stress. We're all stressed, right? So I'm currently in an entrepreneur program trying to launch my business, and my official sort of launch month will be January. And I'm looking for my people, like I said, my people in terms of people to help me launch this and support me and be my tribe, but also my clientele base. So this seems like an amazing way to get my bearings with it, to get some of the fails and like the bad sessions out of the way, do them in the quick little 10-minute ones maybe, and then once I get my bearing with it, to actually start succeeding. So I absolutely love that you're even offering this. This seems like such a brilliant way to start. So that's me.
Love that, and that touches on a point that I feel like really is helpful for a lot of healers and practitioners as they're starting out. Exactly, it can feel like I have to be perfect and I have to be of value because people are paying all this money to me, and there's a lot of pressure on ourselves. So the fun part about this speed healing at our events is the participants are getting that session for free. I mean, it's included in their event ticket, but they're not paying you for each session. So really, I mean, if it sucks, it sucks, you don't want it to, but what we find is you take that pressure off yourself and you let yourself just show up. And even if you're a little bit messy, you're a little like, oh, I've never done this before. This is my first time. I'm a little nervous, but let's get into it. And it takes away a lot of that having to feel very, very formal and very proper and very put together, which can feel artificial and cannot, resonate with people as well. So it lets our healers just drop in and build that confidence. And after 3 hours. They're like, yeah, the first one I said this thing first and they didn't get it. So the next one I explained this thing and then that thing, and they were like light bulbs. So now every time I did that, and then the next time I said that thing and they were like, that makes sense, and then I incorporated that. So it basically, after 12 sessions, you're like, oh, I've got this down. I've honed this offering. So yeah, it's exactly, we've got that feedback, and I love being able to offer these speed healing sessions to people who are starting out their business or switching, incorporating new modality, or wanting to try something different, because it really gets, like my mom said, you get to play, you get to have a little bit of fun. You're like, hi friend, what are we doing today? We get to connect. So yeah, it'd definitely be helpful for that. So yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Lovely to have you back.
Welcome, New Earth Mama Baby. Is that Steph? I love Steph.
All right, for everyone who's just tuning in, we are doing a quick round robin, sharing who you are, what brought you onto the call today, whether you're familiar with speed healing or not, and just so we can get a pulse of where the next kind of chunk of the call is going to go. So who would like to share next? Welcome, Kim.
Hello. I'm going to have to leave soon, unfortunately. Can you hear me okay?
Just turn up. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I think I have my mic out. Hi, I'm Kim. I live in Burnaby. I've been doing energy healing for over 10 years. I learned 3 different modalities. It was kind of like you learn one and you're like, wow, this is fantastic. And then you see another opportunity. And so I ended up taking all 3 and smushing them together into kind of my own thing. But I kept doing my day job, and I'm at the point where it's so not fitting anymore.
Yeah.
It's like this call to action to offer the healing full time. So yeah, that's such an interesting thing to be like, I'm really good at this job, but I don't want to do it. So yeah, I chatted with Kristall a little bit, probably a couple of months, maybe September. And I've been doing healing fairs for about 1.5 years with 3 different groups. What I'm finding is they're not leading, well, that's not true completely, but for the most part, they're not leading to more, even though I know I'm really good and I get really good feedback. So I'm curious about others' experiences, whether they have a website or not, because I think that's the key, is that I don't have a website. So
we've got that. Yeah, that's great that you brought that up, and we're going to touch into ways to turn your speed healing or free offerings, or even if you're at healing fairs, into sales really quickly. We had one healer come and she did her 12 sessions. She finished the event. She's like, I loved the event. It was super fun, but I had zero sales, 0 follow-ups. And Shine spent like half an hour, 10 minutes with her, and just like, what was your follow-up steps, went through some best practices. And the next speed healing event she did with us, 12 out of 12 sessions booked paying sessions.
Wow.
So
okay.
yeah. So don't worry. We've got lots of best practices steps for how to convert, because people are so excited and feel so good and connected, especially one thing, when people hear this speed healing idea, they think, oh, is this a chance for me to pitch my, I'm very talented and I have these degrees and I'm very good at my stuff. And we say, no, this is not
no time in 10 minutes for that.
And that's why we keep it short, because sometimes we feel like we have to justify why you should hire me, why I'm good at what I do. And in 10 minutes, we say, there should be almost zero pitch. You should be like, hi, my name is so-and-so, whatever, this is what I do, let's do it. And then after that, you can get into a little, these are the follow-ups, these are the things. But if you have value for them in 10 minutes, they're going to be like, why would I not want to do more? Like, look what I got in my free 10 minutes. I can only imagine what I can get in an hour. So yeah, we've got a lot of amazing follow-ups and tools for how to get those conversions and that engagement. So stay tuned, and thank you for joining us, Kim.
Yeah. We've run all of our events and done over $500,000 in sales with no website. So
Yeah.
you definitely don't need a website.
You don't need a website.
That's literally why I haven't done any events with you yet, because I was like, okay, no, I'm just going to do a website.
And not to say that websites are bad and useless or anything, but you don't need one.
I just don't want the overhead. I try to keep the cost down so it's something that's affordable for people, right? So
Yeah, exactly. So we've got some steps for you with that.
Awesome.
Don't you worry, child.
Thank you.
All right. Who would like to share next? We've got a couple new people on. So what we're doing right now is we're just getting quick shares from everyone on the call to see where you're at, what kind of modalities or offerings you're doing. If you know what speed healing is, if you've been to one of our events, so we know where to take the rest of the call. So yeah, who would like to go next? How do I unpin? There we go. Awesome. Go, Glow.
What's up, everyone?
Oh,
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Perfect. Awesome. So good to be here and so grateful for this space and for everything that you're creating for the earth. Yeah, what brought me to here is just the fact that UNITE is such a great platform to inspire people to, you know, step into their most empowered selves, their most embodied selves. And I'm really passionate about helping people activate their presence online. So I just created a free speed healing event on UNITE, which is exciting. I'm gonna drop my links in the chat, but it's just really, there's so many amazing organizations and healers and beings, but their presence is not seen online. And maybe you know what you're doing, you're offering, and people love it, but your descriptions, your bio, your profile doesn't match that online. And maybe you have an old profile from your last job or whatever it may be. And so just being able to streamline your presence online is so key, and to attract the people that you want in your community, attract your clients, attract your tribe. So from looking at your LinkedIn profile, and a lot of people think LinkedIn is for, you know, business or for jobs, but it's actually revolutionizing how business is being created right now. And LinkedIn is a great place to network and find clients. So I've taken a lot of different lead gen master classes on building your presence on LinkedIn. So looking at how to optimize your profile, from how you're writing your bio. Do you have a banner on your LinkedIn profile that explains what you do? Same with your YouTube, and just basically streamlining your branding and your design can really help create that presence. Then people can understand and start to recognize what you're doing online, and then it makes it so much easier to find your ideal clients. And so right now I've been working with a couple clients on actually building their funnels through my friend's program called Growth Mastery, where we create the landing page and do the email marketing. But I'm really passionate about connecting people. And so if that's not for you, I'd love to stay connected, just connect online. I'm really passionate about zero waste and also regenerating the planet. So eco villages, and a weaver and connector of the new earth. So thanks for being here and sharing the magic with everyone.
Thank you so much, Glow. I love that. And I feel like that's always so soothing for me, because I know it can feel like, you know, like Kim was saying, like, do I need to have this tool and that thing? And what do I need? And really, a lot of times, all we need to do is, instead of working harder, just a little bit smarter. If you're going to have LinkedIn anyway, why not have an updated thing? Why not just do these little things? If you're going to be posting anyway, why not do it in a way that it's actually effective and actually useful and actually going to be beneficial? So I love that you're offering that support, and that's so fun. All the help everyone needs here. You can just go on UNITE, do your little free speed healing session, and get all juiced up and get supported. So yeah, I love that.
I just dropped a link too for a form. So it just asks you questions so that you can actually receive that and be like, where's it's like, do you have a banner? Do you have this? And so it's just asking the questions so that people can do their own audit by themselves. And yeah. So.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that you're making those resources and that kind of simplifying and helping so many healers. That was the number one thing we heard from all our healers and vendors at our events. We want more sales. We don't want to wear more hats. I don't want to do 18 more things. I want to do my healing. I want to do this. And it feels like in this world, I have to do all of this. And I only get to do like 5% of what I actually want to do. And with tools like you're offering, Glow, it means that we can be much more effective, much more focused, and then actually get to do more healing, less marketing, and be more effective. So thank you.
Yeah, grateful for you. Thank you for sharing.
Yay.
And
Awesome.
a big part of the vision for Unite is just like when, if anyone has been a host on Airbnb and you've rented your room or a space, when you put it up and you put your listings up and you get your first couple client or people staying and you get good reviews, there's sort of like, as long as it's good and there's a demand for it, people will just keep coming, and you don't really have to do anything to promote it. There's a lot of people looking, and they know that they go to Airbnb, and so your sort of thing fills up. And we had a space with, you know, a basement suite that we were renting for $3,000 a month, and we put it on Airbnb, and with zero extra work, we got $10,000 a month instead of $3,000. So it just tripled the value of this suite that we had, just because of this platform that had built up this community. And so that's what we want.
And what the platform does really well is if your pictures are bad or if your prices are too high, it will suggest, you know, for more sales, we suggest making these optimizations, adding in some amenities, get, you know, whatever, if you know, these things, and that can help boost your listing. So that's also what we're doing with the Unite platform.
Yeah. So what we want it to be is this sort of organic sales and marketing tool that people can use to find the best sessions for them. And there will be an AI bot eventually that's built in where people can answer questions, and there can be daily check-ins, and it as long as you want to and you control all the privacies, but it can really get to know you and understand who you are, what you're looking for, what's going on in your life right now, what you could use help with, and make really personalized, like super specific recommendations for healers, for events, for products, for free content, for people that you should connect with. And it learns and gets better because you're giving feedback after each interaction if you want. And so it's getting really, really good, and it's lowering the amount of time that people need to spend for like research. And a lot of people have told me they've spent like $10,000 and, you know, years of just trying different things and nothing worked, and they finally found the thing. Wouldn't it be nice to just find it right away? And then for practitioners, that's allowing them the same thing. It's the AI is reading their reviews. It can even be reading kind of anonymously, like their sessions and whatever, so that it's learning, okay, what worked, and it's understanding all the reviews on the entire internet of, you know, for this modality. And it's saying, okay, so if you're having trouble sleeping, these are the things for these types of people that have worked the best overall. And it's getting all this data, and then it's able to sort of funnel people who come on. And so it really will be this revolutionary thing that changes the way that this is done, and it'll just feel kind of magic. And instead of having the like advertising based platforms where the incentives are for the user, it's to keep you on there as long as possible. So the incentive isn't to help you find what you're looking for. The incentive is to keep you engaged and on the platform, because that's how they make money, through ads. And then for the business, the incentive is to give you enough reach and enough sort of like treats in terms of responses that you stay on the platform, but not so much that you don't need to pay for ads. So there's these weird incentives that come along with the advertising model, and it's fine. And everyone loves all those platforms. They're amazing. They're free. Like it's fantastic. And now that with AI and just with this next level of consciousness, we can create these new platforms that are much more streamlined and where the incentives are really aligned. So the way that Unite makes money is when you make a sale, we get a little percentage like Airbnb, and then we'll have different membership options as well to sort of add on, but there's no cost to try. And so the speed healing is free for everyone to use, for practitioners, for people, and there's going to be like a robust amount of things just free. And then if you want to have a membership, you can pay extra for super cool features. And if you make a sale, then we get a little percentage. So
yeah.
New Earth Mama.
Yeah.
Mama baby. Let's go.
Tell us what is.
Mute. Yeah, just checking. So you're talking about the unite.love website. That's what the platform you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, and we're in the middle of building an app for the speed healing feature.
Oh, okay, great. Awesome.
Yeah. So on unite.love, you can do products on there. You can do events on there. You can do your speed healing right now. I don't know if you saw at the beginning where we just did a quick walkthrough of where you can do the speed healing, but don't worry. No, don't worry. We're recording this and we will send it to you so you can see at the beginning.
And there's
what we're talking
YouTube
about.
tutorials for everything.
Yeah.
But please share.
Yeah. So share who you are, what you're up to, and how we can support.
Yeah, I attended one of the speed healing events in Vancouver as a participant. That was super fun. And I'm an emotional trauma healer and life coach and relationship coach, and used to be a birth doula for 15 years. So I work with a lot of moms and families.
Wonderful.
And yeah. I've just been wanting to, I have, like one or two clients at a time, and I've been the whole year wanting to get involved with the speed healing things. I've just been dealing with the entire year of taking care of my dad who just passed last month. So that's been a whole journey. So now it's it's been a really rough year. I don't know if it's just me, but
it's not. You're not alone
this year.
Yeah,
so a lot of things to clear, I guess, out of my life.
It feels like we've all been in an up level year, so that's why we really want to create space where we're cheering each other on and supporting each other. Because I think everyone I talk to in this community is like, whew, that was a doozy. So you're not alone. What's your name? We only have
Karina. I tried to rename myself, but it doesn't seem to be able to do that.
It's through Google.
I think we'll go back to Zoom soon. There's some things that are not as easy on.
We're not
Google
loving
Meet.
this one. So what's your name?
Karina.
Oh, Karina.
Yeah, I spoke to Shine because one of the things that happened this year was my house got flooded, and I moved house 4 times because I had to move out, and Shine was talking about the house available, but I was desperately looking for a place to move.
Yeah, well, we're here to support. Which event did you come to for the speed healing? What was the location?
It was in East Vancouver somewhere. I'm not sure. It was
St. James. The community yeah. So that might have been in the spring.
Yeah.
Or that's when we were working there. Yeah. Awesome. Yay. Aw. I'm
in the Surrey Langley area. So
nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we're out here in White Rock, and actually the next in-person speed healing event we're doing is New Year's. So if you haven't seen our New Year's event, do check it out. We'll send it all to you guys. So we're going to have in-person speed healers here in White Rock, and we're going to be doing a lovely family-friendly cacao, sound baths, super juicy juice up in the afternoon to help everyone line up and get into just such a great space for the new year, and dancing and just lovely community vibes. So,
and of course speed healing
and speed healing in the afternoon. So we're speed healing, juicing everyone up, dropping in, and then cacao and conscious dance party and some just lovely connections. So don't hesitate to reach out if you're excited about that.
And also on December 17th, I'm hosting a flow state workshop, which is all about a meditation form that I've found that really, really helps me move through those traumas and triggers and things that come up. And I'll share more. We'll send an email afterwards with everything, and you'll see all the pricing and everything. And just so everyone knows, we always try and make everything available where needed. So if money is ever an issue, always reach out. There's always ways to figure things out. So love to hear from anyone else who's ready. Let's see.
Should we read Kiki's? Oh, and Kim. Or I guess other people can read it.
Everyone can read it.
Everyone can read their things. All right.
It's all good if no one wants to share.
Yeah.
We're all done.
And if you are AFK, the gamer term, if you're away from your keyboard, AFK,
I never heard of that.
It's a kids
You're the one
gaming
with the
thing.
kids.
Then they say AFK, away from keyboard. If you're not at your keyboard or if you can't chime in right now, we can also hear from you later on in the call. So seems like that is the collective. So the vibe I have gathered from what we've got on this call is it feels like everyone's looking for is kind of in that place of there must be a better way. And, kind of like, I want to do more of what I'm doing or transition away from working my other job or get started, and kind of having those steps to make it a little easier, make it a little more fun, a little more connected, and not feel like you're doing it alone. So I think that's definitely where we're going to carry on the call. And you can kind of chime in as we go with questions and clarity if you need. Yeah, so from here, where's our time check? 7:30, perfect. We're doing so good, we're on track. So from here, the piece we want to get into more for everyone is we're going to do a walkthrough of a little more in depth of how you can sign up right now to be a speed healer on the UNITE platform. So we'll do a screen share and walk through of that. And then we'll also talk about best practices for how to convert your speed healing offerings into paid sessions. And from there, we can see what other questions. Does anyone have any questions right now that they want to bring up before we go into the next phase?
Hi, I do. It's Melanie.
Hi, Melanie.
I was thinking of this near the beginning before we started sharing is maybe a request that in the Facebook event for today, if people could share their contact information there. Like, I know we're kind of sharing, stuff here, but if you wanted to share in there, just a go-to place, right?
I love that idea. Yeah. So I think everybody should have come to this call through the Facebook event. If you didn't, we'll include the Facebook event in the follow-up email because we've got all your emails. So yeah, I love what Melanie suggested there is please do share. Remember that.
Let's start a speed healer group.
Yeah, I think we'll start a speed healer Facebook group as well. So you guys can all be in one Facebook group together, but you can also share, from this call on this event page as well. Because remember, no one's here by accident. No one stumbled in here and is in the wrong place at the wrong time. I firmly believe, we create a collective vortex as a community here together. So yeah, so I bet you, if you guys, spend a few minutes sharing your offerings, connecting with each other too, there's going to be a lot of super lovely synchronicities to come. And I think we will have some time more at the end where we can do more chatting and conversation as well. So yeah, but I love that suggestion, Melanie. Thank you. And did someone else have their hand up with a question?
Hello.
I just had a question. I know you're probably going to answer this, but I made, I don't know if it was, I think I made a product. So I haven't really been trained on how to do that. So I made a product for free. So I don't know if that's the speed healing or if I'm making, if I make another product that is like a service that I'm charging for helping people activate their presence. Like if maybe you explain the difference of like, if I make two products, one that's free and one that's paid, or just.
Yeah. Exactly. We're going to do a walkthrough in a moment. We've just got one more question. Then exactly, we'll do a walkthrough of the platform and the steps for making your free offering and for making your paid offering as well. Who else had a question? I thought there was another hand that came up before Melanie, but I'm not sure. Nope. All right. You can always chime in anytime. So Shine's going to do a screen share here. I'm going to pop out for a moment.
Can everyone see? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So this is the main page of UNITE. So if you go to unite.love, you'll go here. We call it the love feed. So it's instead of the news feed. So it's hopefully uplifting content. So this is just a in order of time. There's not enough people on here that we need to build an algorithm yet. And so Glow posted this, optimize, streamline your design presence. And so that's the latest one. And then we posted this today, and then there was this event. So if you scroll down here, you'll just see all the posts in order of when they were posted. And then up top here, this is the love stream. And the love stream is for creating an online event that's free. And so you just put a title, you put a description, you can add an image, and then you put your meeting link. So that's like the Zoom or the Meet or whatever. And then you put the time, and that's it. And then it pops up in here as a love stream. And right now there's none happening, but if we click past, that was where this one is. And so today, some of you joined, you went to this thing, and then you just click join. And the join button takes you to the Meet link. So that's the love stream. And you can also invite people to the event, and you can search by city or by name, or just invite everyone, and we'll have better systems for that in the future. But that's that right now. And then we've also got events. These are for events where you want, so the love stream right now is not, it's kind of like a Zoom link event page hybrid, but you can't actually buy a ticket or get someone's email from it. And so we use it sort of in lieu of the Zoom link. And then for actually buying an event or creating an event with tickets, you can create that, and basically people can add it to their cart and buy it. And the way to do that is in the event area, you click create event, and there's just a few little things to fill out, similar to Eventbrite, and it just takes you to all the things. And then when we don't have a speed healing section yet, we will soon, but for now, all the speed healing is housed under the products. And right now there's like paid things like counseling, and free things like this abundance manifestation from Kristall and Glow's thing. You can also say that you're interested in someone's offering and like it and everything, and they can see that, and so they can connect with you if they want afterwards. And then there's different things. So if you click crystals, it'll filter for all the things that are labeled as crystals. I think it's having a little moment right now. When you click speed healing, it'll do all the speed healing things. And I think that's pretty much it. So that's in order to actually add, sorry, did someone have a question? Raise hand. Yeah, please, Melanie, come on, go ahead.
Yeah, Shine, I have a question. I don't know if you're going to cover this. So
Yeah.
can you go back to the tabs that go back to products, please?
Yeah.
So the ones that say free Kristall event ticket speed healing, is it sectioned that way because we hashtag our event? Like, how do we know?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you add a product in the category section, you can add it as speed healing, coaching, therapy, etc., clothing and accessories, family, wellness, home decor, energy healing, or event ticket. And that's we put the event ticket because right now we only have one price option on our events. So if it's got multiple ticket prices, we just add it right now as a product, and we link it, and it's all just kind of in the meantime while we're building all the things in the background. But yeah, you just basically, there's a few things to fill out. You can add your videos and photos to it, all the details. You can have it be free. You can have it be on sale. You can have it be on a percentage discount. You can pick it up at a location, or it can be like an online delivery product. How many available you want. If you have a business page, you can choose whether it's your personal page or your business page under. And yeah, that's where you want to, so like Glow was saying, you can create your free version, your paid version. And when you go to someone's profile, you can actually see their offerings. Although it looks like we need to go to someone who has a business page. And you can tell it's a little bit, you know, it's in progress. We're not quite there with everything being perfect yet. But this person has a business page. So if you click products, you'll be able to see all of their offerings, including paid and free stuff and any events that they have going on, etc. And yeah, happy to answer any questions while we're on here on in terms of the platform.
So is there a way to make that product free and paid, or no? You have to have two separate things.
You do too, yeah. You do this
Okay.
one would be your sort of speed healing free one, and it goes to your Calendly, which is perfect. And then the other one, you'd click on it and then you'd go purchase. It looks like, oh, if you add a product for sale, what you have to do is either in the edit product section or here, sorry, I have to just move this thing here under payment setting. You have to add your bank account info, and that goes into Stripe's secure database. And it basically, when someone buys something, it pays you 85% and us 15% if it's a product. And if it's an event, we take 3.33% of the ticket fees, which is a little bit lower than Eventbrite. And we're thinking of doing some sort of blended fee eventually, where if you already have the relationship with someone and you're selling like a product or a service, then it's a lower fee. And if we're sort of providing the connection, the fee will be bigger. And that's still sort of in figuring out. And I'm sure there'll be lots of figuring out as we go and see, you know, what we need to do to make this all work for everyone. Yeah. Any other questions? Please.
Do you have to charge?
Are we able to duplicate? Do you have an option to duplicate like that product? Like say it's a free product, but then you also want to do a paid product as well.
No, you just have to create a second one right now, but that's
Okay.
definitely on our roadmap. You can also unpublish a product if you want it hidden but not delete it. And you can also go to your customer orders to see everyone who's bought anything from you, and it'll give you their email. And in the events pages, it'll show you, if it's here, when you go to edit event, you'll be able to click on tickets, and that'll show you the emails of everyone who bought your thing. I won't do it now because we don't want to show it to the whole world. But
And the nice thing with the events, unlike Eventbrite, is when it's passed, you can just go change the date, and then you can, when you edit it, it will come back up on the top in date order anyway. So then you don't have to create a new event. You can just edit the event page.
Right. And we're working on getting so that you can create recurring events or duplicate events or whatever. And yeah, but for now, you can just change the date after it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions about the platform?
Yeah.
Please.
And then when you add your bank information, can you do American or Canadian, or is it what does it allow?
Good question. Please try and let us know. I know that the some people have an issue because it asks for the
Routing number?
Yeah, your routing number, and Canadians don't have that. We have a transit number and an institution number, and the routing number is the combination of both of those things. And so when you try and enter it in, it'll say, "Oh, that's not right," but it'll pop up with a little explanation of it's you know these three numbers followed by these five numbers. I believe it's either 3 or 5. Anyways, so
it's primarily in Canadian right now, or
what's that?
It's primarily in Canadian right now.
Yeah. I think it's mostly Canadians on here, but
I'm just meaning the bank and the Stripe account, because with Stripe, I think you have to have like a tax ID number, because I can't get an American Stripe account yet. But it's good that you guys have this activated.
What's that?
It's good that you have this activated. That works. That the Stripe works, because then it provides so much value for people that don't have a Stripe account.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We've done over 70,000 Canadian in sales through the platform, so it's definitely working. People are making sales, and it all works, and we can do refunds and all the basic stuff. And yeah, please always reach out and let us know what's working, what's not working, what you think we should do different. The only reason it's not much more advanced is we've just had, a little bit of funding challenges, and we've had to really focus on events to bring in our revenue. We haven't had the time and money to really like invest in the platform being the best ever, but we're getting close, and we're gonna up level everything. Everything will be on the app. We'll be making changes, and we're actually in the process of updating a lot of this stuff on both the website and the app right now. So this is the time, like, send us all of your ideas and we'll prioritize them and let you know when they launch.
And what we really wanted to do with the UNITE platform is we didn't want to build what we thought the community wanted. We really wanted to build what the community needed and what we needed. So that's why too, we haven't poured a ton of money into making something perfect that isn't what people want. So now that, there has been a lot of usage and we've really kind of found, because, everyone has a different preference, but overall we can get enough general feedback to kind of be like, okay, most people prefer this over this. So that's where now we really can focus on making it even more ideal. We've got a hand up here.
Please, yeah.
Oh, I don't know if she's there anymore.
I think it's mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So I have two questions. So the first one is sort of piggybacking off of what we were just talking about. So this is all based in Canadian currency, like all the pricing that we see is based on Canadian pricing.
Yes.
Yeah, I wonder if it'll display differently. I have to ask our tech team how that works, but right now it's definitely working for Canadians.
Yes.
We'll see how it works for Americans. And Glow, yeah, let us know how that works when you try and add your bank info.
Can you change from American or Canadian dollars?
Not yet. I don't think we have that option.
Yeah, so you would just do the calculation. If you want to charge American fees, just charge.
Yeah, just put in the Canadian amount that you want to charge.
Yeah.
And then my next question is around taxes. Do we have to charge taxes, or can we opt out of that? Since, again, being a new business, I don't have to create a tax account until I reach 30K. I don't expect that to happen for a few months. So I was going to hold off on doing that.
It does add a 5% GST automatically. Okay. And again, this is something that we'll have to add in the option to add that or not, but right now it is. But you do have the option to add the fees to, like, the buyer can either pay the fees on top, or you can add it into the total price. So we tried to make it so that there's that option.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Do you want to unshare the?
Oh, right.
Did you go through you went through the paid and the speed healing?
Yeah.
Awesome sauce. Yahoo!
Yay.
Very cool. Shall we carry on into best practices for how to convert your speed healing sessions into paid sessions?
Sure. Yeah. Unless anyone has a specific thing that they would love to get into.
No. Okay. So for the in-person events, there's a lot of things you can do. So we'll touch on that first. And I highly recommend this for any time you're doing any kind of in-person, if you're being a vendor at another event or any kind of healer, not just for speed healing. We found QR codes are key. Business cards, you can hand out business cards. They go in your purse, they go in your backpack, and they often, never get seen again. So we say QR codes are absolutely the best thing. I love QR codes. My favorite is QR code monkey. I believe if you search QR code monkey, it's a free QR code generator on on Google. You can just find it, and it has lovely options where you can add your logo into the QR code. You can change the colors, you can change all the stuff, customize it, and make pretty QR codes. So highly recommend make QR codes for everything. So what I would do whenever you are offering at a speed healing event of ours or any kind of vendor table is you should have a little write-up about yourself. I always say, like, do the name of the offering first, energy healing with Susan. And then I would suggest put a picture, because I'm a visual person, put a picture on your printed poster, energy healing by Susan, put a picture of Susan. in this session, we will go over this, I specialize in this, have a couple nice bullet points. Again, being a visual person, you're in a big crowded room and you want to see, oh, okay, there's some like specific things that I can hone in on and read. People love to identify. So if you have chronic pain, if you're having insomnia, if you have whatever, so kind of a couple key points that you could really help with. So then they're like, oh, I'm like that, or I might have that might be helpful for me. And then what we're going to do in the session, we're going to do some breathing, we're going to do some Reiki. And then if it's a word like Reiki, not everyone knows what that is. So at the bottom, I'd have a little, what is Reiki? And then you have your QR code on that poster. And I'll send in the speed healing chat, I'll send a mock-up of this. I made up one for my mom, and I'll send a mock-up so you guys can just see what I'm talking about. But basically then you have a QR code, and that should link to more info about me. You can have a QR code for that. And then you want to link to either have it on this sheet or create a second sheet for whatever your upsell or your offering is that you want to funnel people to. I highly recommend if you do a free speed healing session and then your next way for them to engage with you is a $5,000 thing. That's like, I've had 10 minutes with you. I don't know if I'm ready yet to invest. And people do, and people have. But I highly recommend having a couple stages where then your next offering, the people who have been most successful at our events and what Shine coached this lady with is to have your next offering be a little step up and not be like a 2-hour thing or a 5-week package, but to be like an hour long or even a half-hour long deeper dive call where we're then or connection or session where we're then getting a bit deeper, and have it be a nice, easy to say yes price point, like or free. If you can do free, doing another free session, then you're really able to dive in deep with them and really connect with them. If you are wanting to go right into a paid session, highly recommend finding in your own price point what you can offer value in like a 30-minute, 45 minutes. So you're giving them something that's an easy yes to, and set a price point that makes you feel good, but also leave yourself room to offer a discount at that event. So highly recommend saying, if you book right now, 50% off, 30% off, 25% off, and have that book right now price feel really easy, just to like, I could do that on my phone, scan the QR code, book right now, done. And that's what this woman did who converted all her people. Is she just at the end of her speed healing session, she said, did you like that? Would you like to do more? I have a special offer on today. It's just a little bit more of a deeper dive. We're going to go a little bit further into all this stuff, and it's a really nice discount point. Do you want to, literally, here it is. And people brought out their phones, scanned it, booked right there and paid. So that kind of super easy. You don't need to sign up for a whole thing. You don't need to do a whole bunch of questionnaire. It's just a next step. And of course, if you do have deeper dives, bigger programs, deeper offerings, it's great. You can share all those. You can have those printed off. You can have the nice thing on the speed healing app is you'll be able to list all of those different modalities and different offerings. But we really recommend that you have an easy to say yes to next step. And it doesn't have to be even like, I'm only, for anyone who specializes, I'm only a midwife or in a doula, or I was connecting with someone who's a menopause doula. And so, that's only useful for women in menopause, but to offer something, she also mixes in energy stuff with her menopause doula-ing. So then you can just separate that out and, offer a energy healing session of some kind. So there's a way, you want an easy way for people to say yes right away. And then highly recommend as well, if you can, like Shine said, have a free offering that they can sign up for and book right away as well. And that could be a session. That could also be a 10-minute meditation on YouTube that you send them to. That could also be, like Glow said, a lovely questionnaire form that you get to check out fill in to help you with your marketing. So just some kind of offer. It could be you just talking through some steps of your work so that they can do, you know, a self-guided experience. It could be what is Reiki, half an hour seminar where you explain what the Reiki is and the power behind it. And that just lives on YouTube. That just lives on your streaming platform, on your website. And that's just a free offering that right away they're engaging with you. You've got their email address, you're connecting with them. And it's a way where you're staying relevant with them. So those are kind of the key points. Is we always say, definitely have a free offering, something that is of value, and the free offering should not be a discovery call that is you pitching your next paid thing. So the same way speed healing is not a pitch. Also, you want a free offering. If you're going to do a free offering, make sure it has value, and it could be a group meetup, women's circle once a month online where you just chat with everyone and you get together and you hold space. So it doesn't have to be a big fancy thing, but it's a way where you're saying, I'm giving back to the community. And now the people are even more excited to actually dig in, check out what else you're offering. What are your paid services? Because I've received so much from you and I'm interested. So I think those are the key points. A lot of times, a lot of people, and you can do this for your speed healing, for your write-up in your description as well. So putting in these kind of information in your speed healing on the UNITE platform for online speed healing. When you put in your description, you can add links to your paid products in there as well. If you check out my speed healing offering, you'll see I've got a whole bunch of stuff in there as well. And that's where you can add your free gift to your 10-minute meditation online and all those things in there as well. I really recommend, my biggest pet peeve, and I'm not a reader and I'm a visual person, is when to find out what this is, I have to read through a whole bunch of your philosophy, why you got into this practice. And I highly recommend you go with Glow and take her up on her offer of supporting you in kind of doing some of these basic steps, because for me, there's no bigger turnoff than when I want to quickly engage with someone and I have to read through a whole bunch of stuff to even understand what this is. So really think about the stats are out there, but like people's attention span is so quick, so short. So you want to give as much information as briefly as you can. So this is what the session is about. It's good for these people. Afterward, you may feel these things. And then way down there, here's my philosophy, here's my thesis, whatever you want, but put it way down and put a nice fat header on the top. So when you're scanning down, you can be like, this is my 100 million word essay on my, oh, great. Somebody might love that, but have that be way down. And even if you can, put that in another realm and share a link to it. If you want to know more about my philosophy, go to my About page on my website, go to my, I don't know where people post, right? Go to my blog, go to my, and
Facebook post,
and you can send people and then it lives somewhere as well. And you don't have to kind of keep re-putting it places. But really what we've discovered with the speed healing and why it's so successful is give the value first, be of service first, and then after that, people want to check you out. People want to learn more. People want to dig in. So value up front and super clear. If I only can read the first line, someone told me this, think about it. If they only can read the title and see your picture that you've put there, is that enough information? And if not, what do you need to do? And if they can only read like the top sentence and the title and that, do they get more information? And if they can only read the next section and that, do they get more information? So that's kind of a good thing to think about. And Glow, please chime in.
Yeah, I was just thinking, and I think you said this before, but it's really good to also like dive into who your client avatar is. So like really like sharing from like, what are they struggling with? And it's like, like 3% of whatever it may be of people may not be helped or whatever it may be. And then you go into like, that could be in your description of what you're offering. Cause like kind of asking the questions like, is your energy stuck, or asking the questions of like how your client is feeling in this moment and then where they're going, right? So just and then taking them on that journey to be like, you know, imagine the freedom and the liberation you'll have after you move the stuck energy out, and you can be liberated to, you know, to live your dreams and to live your purpose. And so just having that too in your bio. And then also just going to mention with Unite, because you have the pictures, it would be really good to everyone optimize their photo, like you just said, having like the direct title and like what you're offering with a picture in that kind of the banner of your Unite product.
Nice.
Exactly. Thank you.
Use Canva. It's so easy.
And Canva is
Mhm.
great. And the free Canva is an example of a company that is giving so much value for free that we have upgraded because, and the upgrade is so cheap too, but because I got so much value out of it, there were so many programs I tried, and you get barely anything for the free version, and they show you all the stuff, but you have to pay so much and it's so useless. And what I loved with Canva is I got so much value out of the basic version, and the paid version is like next level amazing. But for the basic stuff, you really can get so much done in Canva. Like Glow said, you can do such a good job of creating a brand and just shifting it. So you can even just in one image you're working on, then you just duplicate the page and you change the title and you keep all the imagery the same, and then you duplicate the page and you change the date, and then you duplicate the page and you can see all your variations just in a lovely line pop in your branding, pop in your images, and it's just super easy. Highly recommend using Canva. And get your stuff so that look at your imagery, look at what you're doing, and just make it so that if that was the only thing I saw, I would be excited to click more and find out about that.
And the reason I feel like speed healing works so well is especially if you're a new practitioner and you don't have a following, or you don't have the momentum and the confidence yet, it can be a little bit disheartening if you're like, you feel like you're just putting stuff out there and you're not getting anything back, and you're not booking, and just you can sort of lose that momentum and that excitement about it. And the nice thing about doing a free thing is it's way easier to get someone to say yes, especially if they don't know you, to jump on a free thing. And so once you create your speed healing listing on Unite, then create a little thing to put on Instagram. And that could be a picture, it could be a video that you just do in the moment, it could be you talking with someone who has had your session, or posting a testimonial video of someone who has your session. And then you can add Unite as a collaborator, and we've got 5,000-6,000 followers and
on Instagram, right?
On Instagram. And so we're happy to sort of like cross promote anything, and we try and only do it to stuff that's leading back to Unite, just so it's not confusing for people when they see it on Unite. And that kind of thing. And we'll also add it into all of our emails that go out to 5,000 people. We'll post it in all of our groups and chats, and there's about 30,000 people across all of our socials and groups and everything. And so you have this partner in us where you have something that is amazing, and we'll sort of do this initial help blast it out, help get these initial sessions, and then use that content, use those testimonials, use that momentum to then start, creating more content and sharing in the places. I'll also share in our follow-up. We have a beautiful kind of list of things that we do to promote mostly our events, but it's valuable for any offering that you're sharing. And so you'll be able to get some really like tactical tips of exactly how to get this going. And another great one is to do a free online event, just like this, where you create you can create it through Unite. You can do a Facebook event and use Unite as the ticketing link. You can invite people. We'll invite people, because everyone who clicks on Unite and buys a ticket is a new member for Unite. So we're incentivized to help even more. Although we do promote anything wellness that we see, we'll put it into our groups, we'll share it, but even more when it's a Unite thing, we'll do extra. And so that's so helpful. And then you can invite your people, you can search Facebook groups that have tags or themes that match what you're offering, and share it in there, and be personable, and say, hey everyone, sending love, hope you're doing well, here's a little thing. So it just sounds more authentic and like the way that you talk to someone else.
Yeah, exactly. And so yeah, we'll share our kind of list and best practices for how to share these things. And if you want more of a handheld walking through your business and your rollout plan and your kind of like next steps for you that would be most helpful. I don't know if Shine already shared, but we're doing a marketing workshop for wellness entrepreneurs like yourselves. And that was the one that we did last week that Jennifer was came from. And yeah, so for that, what that's January 7th, we're doing that next one. And we'll basically we'll go over quickly, but because we've got it all in the video from the last one, which will give access to everyone as well, we don't need to go as in depth to all the different steps and little hacks for how to use all the different systems. But we will go in one-on-one with each person on the call with really digging into how you can find your audience, how you can connect with them, how you can get your offering to them effectively. So that's our marketing for wellness entrepreneurs event in January, and January 7th, and we'll share that with you guys all in the follow-up as well.
And we'll do a special discount for everyone as well.
Yeah.
If they want to get it.
Oh yeah, we could do the same. We could do the same thing. If you want to sign up in the next few days for that one, reach out, let us know, and we'll do honor the 50% discount for the holidays. So, yay! Get everybody juiced up and excited. Yeah. So that's. Is there any questions before I move on to the next point here? Yes, Jennifer.
So just around the QR codes, is that how you'd suggest we would incorporate liability waivers with breathwork? At least the training I have is that was like pounded in my head is you have to have a liability waiver before you do anything with someone. So in these speed healing sessions, is that how you'd recommend doing it? A QR code to filter out who actually can participate before you proceed?
Definitely. The QR codes are really only for in-person printed off stuff. For online, a QR code's not very useful because you need your phone to scan it, and most people are on their phones. So then just put a link, but I would make it nice, big and bold, like stand out like the title of the to do this. We need to do a waiver, and I would suggest to as much, of course, you need to do your own liability stuff and whatever feels good for you, and try and make it as quick and easy for people to say yes to. And even if you say do something that's a little bit less deep or intense that doesn't need a waiver for the free session, so you can get them excited and engaged and connected. And then if you do a waiver for a paid session, that's easier for people to participate in. But I know for myself, if I was wanting to do a free session and then I had to do a whole huge thing, it can feel a little deterring. So do what you need to do, but see how you can kind of make it as short and brief and quick and easy to get through as possible. And then of course, longer ones for more deeper experiences and that kind of thing.
And the best tool that I found for this kind of stuff is Perplexity. I think it's perplexity.ai, and it's sort of like the new Google, and it's better than ChatGPT for this stuff in that you can use ChatGPT in it. So you can use either Claude or ChatGPT or Perplexity's model or Grok from X. So you have all these options of different models that have different strengths, but it only gives you responses that are fact-checked and sort of ranked in the same way that Google sort of ranks searches. This will read all the information, but it'll only give you fact-checked real information, whereas ChatGPT sometimes just makes shit up because that's how it's built. It's built to sort of be creative and to come up with ideas. But if you're asking like a very specific question, sometimes it'll give you a wrong answer. And if it's about something important, like waivers, then obviously you can't have that. And so Perplexity is really great. You can literally say, I'm in this province, in this country. What do I need to do? Give me an example waiver, and what's the best way for people to what's the fastest, easiest way for people to accept it before a session. And it'll literally write it for you and give you step-by-step instructions on like the best tool to like let people do it. We use it for everything, for writing, posts, for brainstorming ideas, for content. You can upload photos to it. We put in our speed healing app, and it's like, oh, I like that. Maybe change this. You know, that font is good, but blah blah blah. It's like, it's crazy. It's really, really good.
A thought that just came to me too is what you could do is, if you did want to do a speed healing session that required a waiver, to just include in the time, give yourself an extra 5 minutes of time for your speed healing session. And when they come on, explain, this is my modality. This is what I want to do. To me, it's really important to do this waiver. Could we walk through it together? And you can, do it here right now with me. So you've got them, they're already committed, they're involved. They're not likely to say no and walk away because they're already on the call. And then, we can just walk through it together. You can just click here. Here's the link. You just click here, read through it and sign it. And, we're done in a few moments while we're online together. And I feel like that might help too. And then you could always have an option where if they say, that feels intense, I don't really want to do that right now, you could be like, okay, great, we're going to do some lovely energy healing or a beautiful meditation together instead of the breath work then. And if you do feel like you want to do the breath work next time, we can set up another time after you've had time to look at the waiver or whatever kind of your process is. So just kind of a way where that feels like that would make it really easy for me to say yes to. And you can have in the description, like, we're going to go over a waiver at the beginning of the session, just, so that you feel comfortable or something like that. So yeah. Does that answer your question, Jennifer?
It does. Yes. Thank you so much.
Yay. Awesome.
We're almost at the end, winding down. So any other specific things that we could help with before we wind up?
Yeah.
I have a question, Melanie. I
Yes.
missed part of the beginning, maybe 5-10 minutes. Did you mention if there's an in-person speed healing event, or are you planning, or you're just doing the January online one?
Thank you, love. Yeah. So our next in-person in Vancouver, in White Rock, is New Year's Eve here in White Rock. And that's going to be a lovely, intimate New Year's Eve celebration with speed healing in the afternoon. So we will send the link out for everyone. And then mostly we end up doing an in-person event with speed healing every kind of month to like
We're looking at
6 weeks.
Mid-February, early March. We've got mid-May booked with Malte Martin, the beautiful handpan artist, and another amazing artist.
Yeah.
And so we're looking at doing sort of every 6 weeks at minimum in Vancouver.
Yeah.
And then as we grow and funding and team, we'll start to do other cities as well.
Yeah. So if it feels like you feel excited to either join as a participant at some of our upcoming UNITE events, or as a speed healer at some of our upcoming events, do reach out. And we also have a lot of packages where if you are excited and want to be a part of this going forward, if you buy 4, you get 1 for free kind of thing. So yeah. And as it's the holidays, if you reach out soon, I bet you could talk us into some more discounts. So.
Cool. And we'll do
Let us know.
online speed healing also at least once a month.
Yeah.
And we're planning the marketing event in January is sort of the second in a series where we're going to draw from our amazing community of people who have created these multi-million-dollar wellness businesses, whether they're a coach or they've created a modality that they train practitioners in, or they're an expert in marketing, or whatever. We have lots of amazing people that are going to join us as experts to come on and teach a class basically, and share in depth and do one-on-one like Q&A, and then those recordings will be available, and it'll be the beginning of this sort of wellness business mastermind, and that'll be one of the sort of membership options for practitioners and event hosts and people who sell products on the UNITE platform. Will be this regular connection time and training and online speed healing and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We want to keep supporting all of you, and please keep reaching out and letting us know what is most helpful for you, what you would love to see more of, what would be more helpful to learn. And we really, everything we do and everything we offer is based on what we've heard from people, what would be helpful and what would be supportive and what they want to see us doing. So if there's something we're not doing that you want, let us know, because we might just do it. Yay. All right. If there's no other questions, I would love to invite anybody who's still tuned in and wants to share. I loved what Melanie said about sharing your offerings in the group chat. And I would love if you want to just go in depth a little bit more just for a minute or two, especially as there's a few people who were not on at the beginning when everyone introduced themselves. And just now you can, what would be nice is to hear after this, if you kind of say, yeah, I'm excited to offer speed healing sessions, so stay tuned and look out for my type of speed healing session, and I'm going to have my follow-up product is going to be this, and my follow-up event is going to be that, and then we can look out for it and cheer each other on. One thing we talk about in our marketing workshop as well is, like Shine said, sometimes you put stuff out and you feel like, does anyone even see this? Does anyone even care? So even if you're not a woman with menopause, but you see that kind of passing over your feed, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a like, I see you, you're doing amazing, cheer each other on, because it really makes such a difference, especially as most of us are doing all this work on our own, in our home, in our little space. And sometimes it's just nice to know there's someone on the other end of what you're offering, and they see you and they hear you. So like each other's stuff, follow each other, connect with each other, share your links for people to follow you in other places. And yeah, let's continue to support each other. So
and so when you share something as well here, this can be used as content for yourself, for your speed healing offering or whatever. And no pressure, no stress. You can always redo it later. But one of the tools we use is called opus.pro. I believe that's the website. It's opus.pro. And it's basically an AI video clip tool. And so when we have this 2-hour conversation, we'll put that into the tool, and it'll make about 31 to 2-minute clips that can be shared all over your social, and you can even schedule them so that you have literally a month of content. And it can all be done within the app, and it can all be automated. It's crazy. Like, it's so helpful, because I would never go through and try and like clip each moment from this thing. And it uses AI to transcribe it, understand what the best clips would be, and rank them sort of most viral and useful to least. And it's great. It's so amazing. Like, it's probably 70% of them are really great, and I post them, and they're awesome. And it transcribes, it puts the words on the screen so you can read it's fantastic. It's amazing. So there's all these cool tools that you can use to sort of make this all fun and easy and just better. And that's why doing these free video events are great, because you can just, then that's your content for the whole month, or for as long, as much as you want. It's really, really helpful. So yeah, please share, and you can use that, or you can just go in and use a tool to sort of clip. I think YouTube allows you to even just do it like in the YouTube app. You can just make a clip. When we post this full video, you can just clip it of any bits that you want and reshare them as your own clip.
Yeah. So who would like to share what your future speed healing offering is going to be? Go for it.
And it's all good if there's nothing to share.
And if everyone is pooped
it might be bedtime.
and took in all the information and everyone is done, then that's okay too. Oh, I was here. Hi, Glo.
I also wanted to just add, CapCut is a really great video tool. You can add captions to it, and it's so easy to use. And there is a free version, so if you want to try it out, you can download it, and then if you pay, then you can have unlimited, and you can have it on desktop or on your phone. So it's really versatile. If you're just taking content on your phone, then you want to add captions or transitions and sound, and so that's a really good tool. Yeah, I just wanted to extend my gratitude and share in the space, and so grateful to be here and, be among this community that's like world changing and transforming the planet. And yeah, many, many more offers yet to come, and excited when we have like a super connector app where we can just all connect the pieces of the puzzle together for the new earth and the regenerative movement, and just activate all the teams. I just envision a portal where you can just find your team members, everything that you need. Say if you have a land project, you can just find all the people and then activate that so much more easy. And then also just having a program where you could just it would help you basically build your presence online and your story and your marketing, and then, you know, be able to do all the co-marketing. So I'm just planting that seed for the future of the new earth and this regenerative movement where we shift the narrative and dissolve all the old fear-based media and have media like this and continue to create it and amplify it and, you know, reach the entire collective. So thank you.
Right? So good. I absolutely love that. And the more we can all do that, like you said, that piece where we can all find each other. So then instead of having to do a bit of this and a bit of that and work on these other jobs and do a bit of what we love, you can be supporting all your full focus is on one thing. If we all go to, you know, a few people for the photography, and we all go to a few people for the optimization, and we all go to a few people for the web development, and then those people are getting enough work to just do that and to specialize on wellness practitioners, to specialize on that. And by being able to focus instead of having to do a little bit of everything, they're going to become much more talented. They'll probably be able to lower their prices or be more effective and give you more for your dollar because they're able to focus. So I love that vision, Glow. The more we can find each other and double down and support each other and cheer each other on and vote with our dollars for each other and spend our money together on each other, then we're building each other up and building this community. So, oh, thank you, love.
Yeah. And I just wanted to share a story, and we can always go over 8:30 if we need to. So no worries. So I was driving to California. We had just bought our Tesla, and I was driving down for this transformative technology conference. And I was just in such a nice place. I'm just feeling really like in the flow. And I got this voice that just kind of like came in, and it said, you know, you're building something that's going to be bigger than any company around today, right? And I was like, no, not really. Like, tell me more. And I got this vision that UNITE will start with this wellness focus, but it'll eventually become this tool for humanity that includes things like connecting people with projects and jobs. And it'll sort of use this AI algorithm, this matching tool that we're creating to match the perfect person for the perfect project. Because if you think of the world as the employer or the company that we all work for, right? There's no anything without the world. And so if we're all supporting the world, we would want the best people with the best project at the right time, and not necessarily like, oh, I work for this company, and then so they kind of own me and I can only work for that company. No, it's like everyone can sort of flow in between whatever project is most aligned with them, and this can sort of create that dynamic where and like with eco villages, it can connect the right people to build the cob house or, you know, do whatever needs to happen, but it can be for everything. And so I really got that vision for this like new world. And then it's linking all the eco villages, all the community houses, all the eco towers where we can all live together and people can travel just freely and flow in between. And it just creates this whole new dynamic and this new and also allowing the healers and the wellness practitioners to be more abundant and have more impact, more influence. And with UNITE, as we grow and we're more profitable, we want to invest in centers and eco villages, eco towers, and really building this infrastructure for conscious community all over the world. And so it's sort of, instead of like giving money to Google or Facebook or Eventbrite or whatever, we're sort of unifying this conscious community with this platform, and we're going to use the money that we make to build this infrastructure, to build these things that we all want, that require big investment. Like building a center in a city is like millions of dollars to you know, build a wellness center. And the only reason that they don't exist more, that in these ones that are, you know, big and epic and that you could do all these different things in, is because it's such a big job to build them and to make them profitable and sustainable. And so if we can sort of unite these resources and make it easier to connect all these things, so much more is possible. So that's also, you know, supporting us right now when we're right at the beginning, is supporting this vision and this movement and bringing all this stuff together. And yeah, and if anyone does feel excited about this and wants to work together and co-create in whatever way, we're not hiring right now, but we do have opportunities for co-creation, and we definitely will be hiring in the future for event manager roles and tech roles and different things. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah.
Woohoo!
Anyone else want to share?
Yeah. Any last thoughts? Any shares? Thank you for the clapping.
LG.
Thank you
Yeah.
for joining us.
So
Yeah, so-
your New Year's Eve speed healing is in White Rock. I'm just curious if the future events are in Vancouver or White Rock or where?
We'll probably do monthly in Vancouver. There's more of a community there.
Yep. Although we've only been out here for 2 years, so we're working on building more gatherings and things. We had a fun games night last week, and yeah, so for people in the Fraser Valley, and if it's hard to get all the way to Vancouver too, we are building the crew here, but mostly for the bigger events, we often do them in Vancouver. So yeah.
Because I have a friend who has a farm in Aldergrove, and she's been talking about getting different healers to do events at her house.
Amazing.
I was like, oh, you guys it's no use inventing the wheel. You guys are already doing something.
Right.
Feel free to connect us.
And we'd really be happy to support. For us, we don't feel any proprietary. We can't support other event producers or other healers or other practitioners, or, we even on our Unite Vancouver Facebook group is 6,000 people strong, I think, and people are sharing all their offerings there all the time. And someone is also creating a wonderful wellness portal, which other people might be, oh, that's competition for what you guys are doing. And for us, it's like, no, we need so much of this, and everyone needs this. And the more other people do it, the more we get to specialize, we get to focus, and the more we will resonate with the people, instead of people having to be part of what we do because there's nothing else. Actually, people will get to pick and choose and really benefit more, and we'll benefit more because we don't have to be so broad and we get to specialize. So yeah, we'd love to connect with your friend and see if it works for us to do a collaborative event, or just, teach her some of our ways so she can do her own event at her place, or match her up with some other people. That there's always people coming to us all the time who want to collaborate on projects, who are looking for venues, who are looking for co-creators. So yeah, definitely connect us. Unite Vancouver is a really great place to share questions, share ideas, reach out about stuff, ask opinions from a really tuned in community. So it's a great resource to kind of poll the audience and see what people think. If you're like, I'm not sure which name resonates more with you, I'm not sure, you don't have to do all your brainstorming and make your thing perfect on your own. Do a little poll on Unite Vancouver and be like, I offer Reiki sessions mixed with this meditation. Would this name tell you that? Or would this name tell you that? Or would this name, or give me your idea. I have these 3 images. Which one tells you, speaks more to you that this is what you would be getting, or which one do you like better? Or if this is all you saw, what would you think I was doing? Like, let and get the community to work for you. Because I know anytime anyone does a poll or asks like I'm like, oh, let me play. Oh, let me have an opinion. let me tell you what I think. So it's a great way to really see if your message is coming across. And then you can even see, based on who responded and what they said, you can say, oh, that's my crew right there. Those people, it was all women who responded, and the men responded. Okay, so if this is my target demographic, great, like I'm hitting them. Or, oh, it wasn't quite the vibe I was looking for, so then I'll tweak it. So hi, kitty.
And so which platform are you talking about? Is it the Facebook or the
Facebook group Unite
Love?
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah. So on unite.love, there is a feed that you can share there, but there's less active people there currently, Facebook, although we're building towards that. So Facebook is definitely, we have Unite Vancouver, which is there you go, 59K there, and 5.9. And yeah, so that's a great place to share. And then for more local things for the Fraser Valley, we have Unite Fraser Valley as well. And you can also just go.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I'm in both of those. Yeah.
And for anything online or opinions about things, you can also go to our Unite
Global. Okay.
business page. Well, Unite Global, but also you can go to the business page and see all the Unite groups that we have. So if you go here and you click on groups, you'll see we've got Unite Edmonton, Unite Nanaimo,
Oh,
Unite
I didn't know that.
San Francisco. So most of those are quite a bit smaller. We're still building those ones up. So if you know people in those communities, please do invite them to join.
Victoria is pretty big.
Victoria is pretty big. And we find lots of people come over. We've got someone coming for New Year's Eve from Victoria. So lots of people, there isn't as much happening there. So they'll come to us for offerings. And you can see our upcoming Unite events here as well on if you go to Unite on Facebook. So we're partnering with an amazing breathwork event in Vancouver on January 14th. That's a Noah Aeon event. And yeah, there's the marketing one, there's Shine's Flow State, and our lovely hand pen artist in May. So all the fun stuff, more stuff to come.
Yeah.
Woot.
And something, Glow, you were saying about something that it brought this up. Part of the vision is also to build in an integrated affiliate network so that if you share something and if you leave a review or if you share something on your feed that you really appreciate this healing modality or you had a massage you really liked, and if someone clicks on that and then buys the massage, then you get a little thank you. It'll either be a percentage in money or in love coins, which is the kind of point system that we're working on, which maybe eventually will be some sort of blockchain-based, cryptocurrency thing. And it'll allow people also to accept a percentage of love coins as payment, and it could be up to 100%. And so then you're sort of, sharing things, and with each purchase, and whenever you sell something, whenever you buy something, you'll get a little percentage in love coins, and so you can build those up. And it's kind of like you go to the movies 10 times, you get a free one. So it'll be sort of like a point system like that. And then anyways, there's lots of fun future potential with that. So
Yeah.
I love that. And I love how you guys are so, like, you and Kristall, you're always like, the cheerleader for everyone. You're like, that's amazing, and it's so amazing. And I think that in the future, our attention and energy is our currency. What we're focusing on right now, we're spending our time, we're spending our energy coming here and magnetizing our energy here, so that we can all share our energy together and lift each other up and unite. And I think it's really important what you just said about, like, leaving a review or leaving these positive reviews of people. And I think the more that we can do that for each other, the more that we're going to uplift and amplify everything. And if there's a way to do that easier, I think that it will ripple out quicker and faster.
Yeah.
Because the more that we can, recommend someone else, or like acknowledge what their superpowers are, or, what their gifts are, and share that with the world, then, and with them, even just them, to like lift them up, I think that will ripple out so much quicker and have such a greater effect, because then it also shifts it from like the individual to then like supporting the other, the mirror, right?
Yeah.
And then like reflecting that back to everyone else.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for touching in on that, because I was just feeling that. I did a speed healing session with someone yesterday, and I was just like, oh my good, I felt so good. She was like, she felt so good after the session, but I felt so good as the one giving the session. And I'm like, wow, I need to do way more of this. And that's why I've opened up a whole bunch of space to support other people. Because I feel like when we're having a tough time, when you're having a down day, the best way to get back in the vortex, the best way to get back into flow, back into alignment, back into abundance, is to show up, to be of service, to be contributing, to be uplifting. And that's why every single one of us want to be a healer, want to be offering some modality, some wellness, some ways. We want to be bringing light and we want to be of service. We want to be contributing to humanity. So sometimes, like we said, like when you put out all these offerings and these paid events and these things and no one's buying, and you're like, all I just want to do is like be of service, and I'm not, like, no one's buying my thing. I'm not helping anyone. And that just getting to exactly what you said, Glow, just getting to cheer each other on. Sometimes when I'm having a hard day, I go through my news feed, and every single post, unless it's like a negative one, anything anyone says, I put a little heart, I put a little love you, thinking of you, so nice to see your face. Even people on people's events that I don't know them, I'm like, this looks amazing. Thank you for doing this for the world. Like, for me, that when there's no strings attached, it's not somebody reaching out to me with like needy questions or like wanting something or buy my thing. It's just literally someone being like, I see you, love, love, love. You're doing awesome. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for doing this. Like, oh, it makes me feel so good. And I just use that as my like practice to help me get in the flow, to help me feel in alignment. Is like, spread some love, spread some love. And every single thing that someone has put out there, they took time to think about it. They took time to write it. They took time to, unless it's, some spammy complainty thing, although they probably took time on that too. But basically, you can feel if it's like a reflection of someone's soul. You don't have to read the whole thing and get all involved, but just like, thank you for showing up. I see you, because they made themselves available. And I was telling this woman for the speed healing session, and she was feeling stressed about how can I want to get my modality out there, but I've got to learn all these things. Do I need a website? Do I need a thing? What do I need to do to market? And I was saying, you need to be available. You need to make yourself available in some way. Of course, somebody could knock on your door and it could be a great conversation, or you bump into someone in the grocery store, but mostly you're not going to have any connection with people unless you are available to it in some way. So I have a little free library out front. I did a neighborhood small grant, and outside my house there's a little free book library where people can put books, and I call it a gift library, so people put little gifts in there as well. And the most fun manifestations come through that library, and things like, my kids will be like, oh, I want this thing, and it appears like a week later. We're just like, or like, I need some paper for something. I need a pad of paper for something, and I don't have one. Oh well. And then like 2 days later, there's a pad of paper, and they're like, what? Like, it's just the funniest thing. But what I tell people is it's an energy portal. It's a vortex where things can come through, and people can see it and put things, and they don't know why they got the inspiration to drive down my street, see the thing. They just happen to put it in their pocket, and then they're like, oh, like, they don't know that I've been actually paving the way and calling these things in. So see your engagement online as the same thing. You don't know what comment you're going to make that could spark a conversation that could change your life or their life. You don't know what impact that's going to have, and what you're doing, that's building your brand, that's building your following, that's just getting comfortable being uncomfortable by like kind of making a comment on something with someone you don't know, and just put a little energy out there. Not in a salesy, buy my thing, sell my thing, come to what I'm doing, but just a relationship building, because that's all the sales are. That's all you're doing. Creating sales is you're making yourself available. You're making what you're offering easy for people to access. And then you're resonating with that vibration of what you're looking for. And they are going to pick up on that, and they're going to come across you. And that's actually how I met Shine. Is somebody posted in a gift economy group. She shared a free gift she offered a $500 workshop for free, one ticket to somebody in the community who really needed this workshop. And I was a single mom at that point on welfare with 2 babies under 3. And I definitely could have used the workshop and saved my money. But for me, I was so inspired by this woman offering so much value to a community for free because she wanted to build up this gift economy that I paid for her workshop. And I thought, anyone who's willing to do that, I want to learn from. I went to her workshop. She's like, you're interested in building community? You got to meet this guy, Shine. He's the biggest community builder I know. And they actually lived together in his first communal house, the Lighthouse 1. This is our house is Lighthouse 4 now, so we're the 4th installment. But it was because of her being willing to give first that I didn't take her thing that she offered, but I followed up. I looked into her, I researched her, I checked her out, I resonated with her, and that one thing she did changed my life forever. I don't know if I would have, even though like there was other places in Vegas, like I'd been to Shine's house once, but didn't go inside and didn't know he was there, but I'd actually been to. So there's all these ways where we were, but it took that one step that she was willing to take that meant we connected, that meant all this happened. And who knows, maybe we would have connected another way. But I love thinking about that when I engage and connect with people, is you never know what's going to come from it. So reach out, connect, inspire each other, lift each other up, come together, support each other, ask for help if you need it, ask for support. Reach out to us. We're here. We love you all. Yeah. Thanks for joining us tonight.
This was so fun.
Aww. Yay. Love you all.
Appreciate you all.
Aww. Excited to tune in again. If you're not able to come to one of our offerings or events, do reach out. And like Shine said, we're going to put you all in the group so you can stay connected, and we'll follow up with all the juicy stuff, and hope to see you again soon. And yeah, let us know how we can support you on your journey and bring more light into the world and into your life too. So, thank you, everyone.
So much love, all.
Love you all.
Talk soon.
Have a good night. Bye. Aw. So sweet.
Oh, Tim, no.